Something's wrong with our oceans. There's a La Nina forming in the Atlantic off of West Africa that's dampening this hurricane season and formation of hurricanes. It's snowing in Turkey, it's snowing in China, extremes happening everywhere across the planet. So what does it mean for us? Going to start you off with some hail here. Now, the formation of hail started in that very tiny center dot, and the updrafts pulled it up, and it got another whole coating of water on it. And as it was dropping out, it got pulled up again, and then it froze another layer. This is what it looks like, tree rings almost. So hail can be large, can be small. But what happened in Atlanta, hailstorm so intense, closes down the airport, and then over 100 aircraft had to be inspected for hail damage before they were able to be put into service. I live one state north of here. This is Georgia in Atlanta. I live up in Tennessee. The ferocity of the front coming through at 80 to 90 mile an hour winds, anywhere from pea-sized to golf ball size to apple-sized hail came down. Close the airports. This is one of the busiest airports, if not the busiest airport in the world, depending on your metrics. But for hailstorm to stop air travel, and we've seen this since, I'm going to say 2019, where aircraft have come down and emergency landings because of hail on the nose cones. This is now at the ground level affecting aircraft and air travel. So is it really that they're telling you not to travel because, save the planet, save the environment, or is it they're just getting us used to not traveling as much through the air because it'll be too dangerous to in the future? So when I said something's wrong with the oceans, I meant something's wrong with the oceans. Pacific Decadal Oscillation, the PDO. See anything out of the ordinary on the chart here? Just keep cooler and cooler and cooler. And then in the Atlantic, we have this La Nina forming. So it's on both ends of the ocean. And then we see the heating in the Mediterranean. So right off weather.com, when it's there, it's mainstream in terms of weather, climate, news reporting, for a better term. 3.6 degrees Celsius below normal temperatures off of Africa. Now, this is where the hurricanes form. So you saw the lack of hurricanes or tropical formations so far up to this point. And these charts are coming off Weather Bell here. And you're looking at the July summary. But this event has started back in June. The earliest where they really captured it and it started to be like, wow factor, the 14th. And you can see that dark purple showing at least 3 degrees. Now, what do you also notice about this chart? It's pegged the chart to the cold side. Very rare for a La Nina occurring across the Atlantic. Like generally La Nina, El Nino, that's a Pacific thing, not an Atlantic thing. So what's going on here? It's not unheard of in all of history. Extremely rare. We'll put it in that category. So that was the 14th, and then these charts start to pop out and a lot of wow going on, because if you follow across Brazil over to the Pacific Ocean, don't forget Colombia in there too, you start to see the La Nina forming as well in the Pacific. So look in the North Atlantic as well. What do you see? Cold forming. So we got the cold blob in the North Atlantic. We got cold all along the Washington, Oregon, BC coast up there. La Nina forming, cold off Pacific. La Nina Atlantic, cold coming off of Africa. So this is kind of your snapshot here of something has flipped. The science is in. A clinical trial found that just 10 grams of collagen a day for 8 weeks led to roughly a 20% increase in skin hydration and a 17% improvement in elasticity, while also visibly reducing wrinkle depth. If you want to help improve your skin health, it's clear that collagen is essential. This is why I use multi-collagen, which provides my skin with 5 types of premium collagen to help attack wrinkles from every angle. Plus, multi-collagen mixes smoothly with my morning coffee or tea, and there's no clumping and 0 added flavor. Do yourself a big favor and grab yourself a bag of ageless multi-collagen now for 51% off only at healthwithadapt2030.com. Plus, by ordering today, you'll receive a free ebook titled The 14 Foods for Amazing Skin. a 60-day satisfaction guarantee, and free shipping with your order. Once again, this offer is only available at healthwithadapt2030.com. And remember to click on that link in the description box below. And the June 14th anomaly here, I linked this below, NOAA Coral Reef Watch. So that link's in the description box below. You can go check this out. There's all kind of charts in there, anomalies, sea surface temperature, everything you want to run through water is in there. So enjoy it. You'll spend an hour or two looking through all the charts. I just brought you the best ones. But that's on June 14th, and then June 16th, we really start to get those black boxes on both oceans. But then notice the cooling right around Baja as well. So we're starting to get some cold ocean activity happening in unison right now. But again, it didn't go off the chart this time because they bumped it up to 5 degrees Celsius below normal. But here you are, July 8th, and the intensity of these cold events, in addition to what's happening in the Mediterranean with the extreme heat, and then off of Japan as well, or Kamchatka Peninsula, right up that Northern Pacific on the western side of it, shows warming. So you're getting this collision there. A lot of larger storms are going to be coming off. But the main regions here that we're looking for hurricane formation coming off of, because of the amplified dust storms, which you've seen again and again this year already, got Saharan dust coming off, dampening formation, but then we also have the cool water that's dampening formation. So you're getting that double layer of, why is it not happening this year? They had so many named storms in the forecast, but they're just nothing yet, and we're already into July. Now, remind you, August, September are always big months, but up to this point, had a little action over in the Pacific, but nothing really screaming out of the Atlantic as of yet. The only thing was that coastal tropical depression that came up through North Carolina. So now we're back on to June 17th coming on, and they're finding the cold blob is returning. So you're going to watch that cold blob, mix and match with the summer warm waters, but then that's going to definitely take over as we get through the summer and come into fall. UK, watch out, because this happened a few years back as well. 2015, mild winter in Central Europe, but there was a lot of snow across the UK, Ireland, Wales, Scotland area. But warmer, milder, wetter, crops cannot be harvested, and they're already struggling to grow this year anyway. I think they're about 10% down on average on the wheat just in Europe so far. But again, we'll get another forecast and another update coming up toward the middle of this month and then into next. But they're struggling on the crops. Now look at this unusual event also happening in the Mediterranean. Extremely well above normal sea surface temperatures. That purple, again, goes off the charts here. I've seen it as high as 8.1 degrees Celsius above normal. That's almost 16, 17 degrees. We'll call it 2 degrees for, 16 degrees higher. I'll even say as high as 20, depending on where your base is. So that kind of water temperature, incredibly hot. So not pleasant to swim in. Sea life doesn't like it. A lot of things descend further deeper in the water to try to escape that heat. So the fisheries there, that area, not going to be really so robust at the moment. So everything that relies on the summer tourist season there for fish catch, again, it's just this knock-on effect of one after another. And then the most unusual thing about this is from NOAA as well. The entire Earth's temperatures across all the continents, oceans as well, is only 0.16 Fahrenheit above the baseline. And that's from the 30-year average from 1991 to 2020. And I thought, okay, that's coming from NOAA. Why don't we look at something from Europe? These are the European model runs here. 0.20, like 0.2 of a degree, Fahrenheit, no less. And by the way, both those temperatures are in Fahrenheit over the baseline. So these are the 2-meter temperature anomalies. But remember, they're running it on a 30-year average. So the entire global temperature right now, based on the 30-year averages, if you smash everything together, it is only 0.2 of a degree Fahrenheit above that. Now, with these ocean temperatures, I would expect some extremes happening, across the planet, but it's just not really showing up. Although there's some cooling across Southeast Asia, which is to be unexpected. although monsoon's coming in, and it's going to start to hit heavily. A lot of the rains are coming back here, especially in the summer months. Himalaya just soaked all the time. And this is northwest China during this same time frame. Xinjiang/Qinghai area. You wouldn't expect this, especially in the desert areas coming down out of the highlands where it comes into the desert. Unexpected, made the news across China as well. It's kind of rare there. But then we're looking heavy snowfall, highlands, Bayburt, Rize, Trabzon in Turkey. And that was on July 5th and 6th. So what is it that two places across the planet have snowfall going on, and we got all this unusual activity across the oceans, whether it's extreme heat or cooling that just doesn't make sense in the wrong place in the wrong ocean? That's what I'm saying. Something's upset here. The entire workings of everything. Is it magnetic field based? Is it solar radiation because of reduced magnetic field? There's a lot. Is it wind patterns? Is it wind patterns because of those effects? It's got to be something large and off planet that's affecting this. So historically, when we see some of these extremes, they do fit within certain categories, but everything happening all at once is a bit unusual right now. Or was it expected to be on this cycle that's disrupting food production as well? And this is why we're seeing the change in the economy and the shift over to digital assets, tokenization of everything, the movement to gold, and the resetting of the entire financial system. At the same time of all this happening, the data shows that it's not. It's something greater in play here. And to wind down here with a moment of Zen, there's incredible events happening at this moment, but there's also incredibly peaceful events happening at this moment. I guess it's where your mind is going to be in the mayhem. Where do you find yourself at this juncture in the way you're thinking about the world? If it's focused completely on fear, then you've been trapped by the system. If you look at it in this direction here, where complete freedom and openness, wild spaces to explore, then you truly have set yourself free. This is what Ransom Godwin and myself talk about every Thursday night, 10 p.m. to midnight, right over on Rumble and YouTube, Civilization Cycle podcast. We broadcast live, talk about issues just like this. And please join us on TikTok.com/Civilization Cycle as well. Trying to bring our numbers up there so then we can stream off of the same live stream over to TikTok. So please come over, help us, support us there by joining so then we can stream to another platform and bring you information that is so vital right now in our world. And thank you for joining the conversation. Please share with your friends, family, like, subscribe to the channel, all that goodness. I'll bring you more information just like this, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.